Scream is a wonderful balance of horror and comedy that expertly satirizes the slasher genre. Ironically enough, the director of the film, Wes Craven, had previously directed Nightmare on Elm Street. Looking back on it, Scream was so far ahead of its time, and I don't think it gets enough props for that. The film is centered around a serial killer known as Ghostface, who has been on a killing spree for the past year. Sidney Prescott and her friends try to figure out how to stop the murderer. They notice patterns in the killings that align with slasher films of old. The movie is filled with references to these horror classics, while also creating iconic moments in its own right.
Damn little shits.
What'd you call me? Huh?
Not your friend.
The film's self-awareness is what makes Scream so great. Every horror fan knows and understands the common tropes that occur in every slasher movie. I would argue that the opening scene is emblematic of this, presenting a cold open of Ghostface killing Drew Barrymore's character. Matthew Lillard, who is most well known for playing Shaggy in the early 2000s live-action Scooby-Doo movies, gives a standout performance here. He perfectly understands the goofy tone of the movie while also executing the eccentric nuances needed for the character.
Do you think Sid would go out with me?
No, I don't at all. No.
You know what I think it is? I think it's her father.
Why can't they find her pops, man?
Because he's probably dead. His body will come popping up in the last reel somewhere. Eyes gouged out, fingers cut off, teeth knocked out.
The cinematography really works well here, and I love the score by Marco Beltrami. Going into this, I really thought the film would feel dated and a product of its time. Whenever I think of Scream, I think of the 90s. After all, the movie was extremely popular and performed exceptionally well at the box office. But I feel like it really holds up well in its own right. The movie is funny when it needs to be, it's scary when it needs to be, and it's all around entertaining as all hell. Give this one a watch if you haven't seen it yet.
You can never drink or do drugs. No, the sin factor. It's a sin. It's an extension of number one. And number three, never, ever, ever, under any circumstances say, I'll be right back. Because you won't be back.
I'm getting another beer. You want one?
Yeah, sure.
I'll be right back!
You see, you push the laws and you end up dead. Okay, I'll see you in the